Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video, and this one is another request from, I've got to refer to my written note here, WLTE Train Plane and Busmaster 7014. Whatever happened to the old days of short names? I don't know. Clearly long gone. Right, now, this request, actually before I go on to the request, I will just do one final reminder. If you are going to make a request, and you know, by all means feel free, but put them in the right place. There's a video called Your Requests Here, kind of gives you a bit of a clue, and there is a link to either of them, because there's actually two such videos, but there is a link to either of them in every single one of the vids. That's where you put the requests. Anyway, this one then, yes, is a route on the Portsmouth Direct Line. We are going from London Waterloo to Woking, so it's not a huge distance, this one. And it's possible that that's actually a good thing, for reasons I will, well, explain if it happens when we start this one. Now there are a few stations. It looks like it's a semi-fast service. So yeah, we're starting at Waterloo. We'll be stopping at Clapham Junction, Wimbledon, Surbiton, Weybridge, West Byfleet and Woking. And Woking is where, yeah, this service will terminate. So yeah, it's fairly short, semi-fast, and there's not a huge number of stations. Yeah, 6 stops, and the 6th one is where we where we do stop. And our train is a class 411. We are going to be in the good old BR blue and grey, but we do have the Network Southeast logo. This was delivery before the actual Network Southeast livery was introduced, but it has the logo on the side. So, and it is a 12-car train. Now, yeah, I'm not great at these really big, long trains, so this could be interesting. Now, as far as the specifics, it is autumn, it is raining, and it's 3 PM, because what I'm sort of going by is that the school runs will be starting, and I know from Jim Plays, who used to take these trains to and from school on his school runs and that, he was telling me that yeah, they are usually, or they nearly always were 12 cars when he would take them. So I thought, right, I'll set it around that sort of time, you know. So that is the setup, and let's get this up and running and hope that it goes smoothly. Yeah, this is what happened last time. And I think it's because of where we are starting. It's starting us on platform 2. And yeah, we really do not want to be on platform 2. But nevertheless, we can continue anyway. So let's just hope that this will work. So let's get everything set up. We'll put the cab lights on for now. I don't think we'll need to keep them on. It is quite bright. And I think that is everything. No, I did already put the headlight switch on, didn't I? Yes, I did. Right. Let's set our head code. I have it on good authority that the head code would be 82. Trying to set this bloody thing. Ah, that'll do. Now, doesn't look like I had the yeah, that light on, so that should now be okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, that'll do. So yeah, I think because it's starting us here on this platform 2, and we are so far out because it is one of the shortest ones, we really need to be, yeah, over this side more. Could be why the scenario did not load. So hopefully we will be able to carry on anyway, but obviously, yeah, we've got no ETA because as far as this is concerned, we're not actually doing anything. So let's try and get the doors open. Looks like, yeah, they are open. Would also help, of course, if I'd actually remembered to set the train up. Or at least finish setting the train up, I should say. Right, so. Yeah, now I did this last time. So let's... I don't think we have overloaded, but we'll reset those anyway. Certainly don't want that. We'll have the brake release. Now let's see how we do. Yeah, there we go. So the acceleration is quite a bit slower than I'm used to because, yeah, this is a 12-car train which I don't often drive. This doesn't look good. It's not giving us the chance to request permission to go through any of the red lights. But yeah, they're all red on this gantry. Although I'm not seeing anything Yeah, I didn't see anything on the route display, so I think it's unlikely, but it might be that, yeah, those lights just did not apply to us. But this looks very much like, well, we need it to move us onto the other line, and we've had a derailment. And I'm pretty sure that's because of, yeah, this, yeah, that's because the scenario wouldn't load. So, right, we can't do a 12 car one. Let's change it to an 8 and see how we do from there. Right, this one's fine. So, okay. So we have had to make a change, but it's a minor change. So we're in an 8 car train, not a 12. Right, so let's set up everything again. Yeah, that's all good. Let's get the windscreen wipers going. And yeah, we'll get the headbox code. Yeah, that is right. There we go. So if we take a look outside, yep, 82, just as it should be. Let's open up the doors. There you go. So in fact, yeah, it's only 24 miles to Woking. Now, according to our ETA, it's going to take us over 12 hours. So somewhere there's a signal that's bollocks, but that happens so often nowadays, and they do tend to sort themselves out actually. So I don't think we got too much to really worry about. I should really put the brakes on a bit. Although now they're not needed, so we'll take the brakes off. So let the guard know that we are all set. And here we go. So attempt number 2, but this one should be a-okay. So that looks like, is that South West Trains or is that a Network South East? So that That is... that's the South West trains. And, well, so is this one, but a much more recent one. And then we have a Network South East right here. I do like it when we are on this line. We get a lot of traffic. I do like to see, yeah, the routes actually, yeah, actually being used. It's not just us. So we have a green this time, so we're all good. We are soon going to be in a 60 mph zone. There we go. Take it straight up the notch 4. We won't be able to do 60 for too long. We've got a 40 mph zone coming up in less than half a mile. In fact, it might even be worth just accelerating to 40. Yeah, let's just... we'll let it drop down to 40, which it should do no problem. There we go, we're all fine now. Vauxhall station coming up, but we will not be stopping there. Our first stop is Clapham Junction. So here we are at Vauxhall station. We are passing the Lipstick, which is, yeah, a building that did not exist when these trains were running. And we're now entering the 60 zone again. There we go. Take it straight up a notch 4. Get some speed up. I think the next station, I think it might be Brixton. No, it is Clapham Junction. I got so used to driving Peps and 320 series that yeah, I forgot with these, with all of the first generation emus, especially the ones that use third rail, as you notch up, it will stay at the rate of the highest notch you've chosen. So if you then notch down, it makes no difference until you have taken it down into the off position. So say you had it in notch 4, you had it in the weak field, and you wanted to take it down to series, you would have to notch right down to off and then go up 2 notches back into series from that way. Otherwise it just doesn't do anything. It will keep you in the weak field setting. So yeah, the usual combination of a lot of stuff being rendered as we are in central London, and a lot of traffic on the lines means that yeah, we do get a fair few sort of like pauses and stutters and what have you. We really need to start braking here. I've left braking, well, late-ish. I wouldn't say it was horrendously late, but I wouldn't say it was late at all. See, I think the rate that I was braking, yeah, we'd started doing that way too early. Still trying to get used to the braking system on this thing. For some reason I find braking in the 412 no problem, but the 411, that's not so straightforward. Now I'm sure we'll easily be able to get the whole train in at Clapham Junction. Especially as we are in an 8-car train now, not a 12. I think actually if I'd set it so that we were on the fast route, we probably would have been okay, but I've only just thought of that. So anyway, I think we've stopped a little bit prematurely. Take a look at the rear. Yeah, well, I mean, they can still get off. Even the second door here, no, right, there's a bit of a gap, but yeah, both those doors are fine. So you have a rather grubby looking, I don't know if that's a 411 or a 412 there. Anyway, let's wait for the guard signal. Hope I haven't missed it. I can hear doors shutting, but I don't think there are any of ours. Yeah, I think we've missed the guard signal. So I'll send it. Right, let's get it underway. Oh, no, there it was. So yeah, we did brake very prematurely. We were supposed to have stopped right at the end of the platform. Anyway, our next stop is Wimbledon. Southern Trains 375 just coming in there on the left. I'm assuming that was coming in from the Brighton line. So Earlsfield is the next station, but we are not stopping there. Already see an improvement in the frames per second now that we're starting to leave London behind. Well, central London anyway. We certainly haven't left London yet. So, yeah, here we are at Earlsfield Station. It's a fair old length, despite the fact that there's not much of it. And Wimbledon is now just under a mile and a half away. just continuing the coast because, yeah, we've got the stop coming up, so there's not really any point in, yeah, increasing speed just yet. We'll wait until we are the other side of the station. I was going to say, that red light, I couldn't tell if it was for us or not, the one on the gantry, but no, we're fine, the green is for us. There we go, easily got the whole train on this platform, no problem whatsoever. So yeah, this is Wimbledon, it's just, yeah, our doors are open. So apart from the football team and the boring tennis tournament, I don't really know anything much about the place. It's one of those places that I've never had any sort of real desire to go to. There we go. Now normally I would be racing through the notches. I mean, going into notch 4 we weren't even doing 7 mph. It's still pretty much racing through them, but yeah, that was quite slow by my standards. But because of the rain and that here, I think the chance of wheel slip is greatly increased. So I won't be quite as rapid with the throttle increases. So Southern trains 375 to the left, the southwest trains, pretty sure that's a 411 on the right. So we can actually get to see the passenger views here. Rains parts of the next station, we won't be stopping there. Our next stop is Surbiton. It's all about passenger views. Yeah, I think we're going to be getting a lot of just overhead views here. We're not going to get any trackside ones. So yeah, here we are approaching Rains Park. In this weather, Rains is rather apt. Certainly a long old platform, but not a hell of a lot else as far as the station goes there. And Wimbledon is the next station. Again, no stops there. So, yep, here we are at Wimbledon. Yeah, again, as far as station design goes, not a great deal there. The newer, more modern stations just don't have any, well, in a lot of cases they don't seem to have any sort of like station buildings at all, let alone any interesting ones. So we're now entering an 80 zone, and now we're in it. Let's get some more speed up as we head towards Berrylands station. Pretend that branch didn't come right into the train here. So yeah, here we are at Berrylands station, and again, look at it, absolutely nothing in the way of you know, station buildings or anything like that. It's just, yeah, very boring long concrete slabs. The older stations were just so much more interesting. Now we've got to really slam on the brakes here because we're coming up to a 20 mph zone. And we're stopping anyway because Surbiton is our next scheduled stop. this current rate, I don't think we're going to get down to 20 in time. Let's reset the brakes and try not to balls it up like I did the first time around. Yeah, we're still, I think, going to end up speeding. It's not like we're going to be absolutely blazing through here, but yeah, we're... Yeah, there we go. So in fact, the 20 mph zone came into effect long before it showed on the route display. Nevertheless, that could have been far worse. And here we are. So yeah, this is Surbiton. Pretty sure Surbiton is in Surrey. So we are out of London now. I actually read a couple of days ago, someone on one of the train websites, not Train Simulator, an actual train website, and they dared to actually say that they thought the original, or the old, British Rail blue and grey livery was boring. There we go. So, approaching a 35 speed increase, but we'll only take it to 30 because, yeah, you can clearly see there's a 30 mph reduction coming up. That one's fairly short, and then when we come out of there, we'll be in a 90. Which I am fairly certain is the, oops, yeah, making all sorts of fuck-ups today. But yeah, I think 90 is the top speed that this train can do. It's by no means bad. I mean, 90 mph from one of the old you know, first generation emus. Can't complain about that. So yeah, this is why the 30 speed limit has come in, because we're going over these points here, putting us back onto the main line. I have a feeling this 90 section won't be overly long before it then moves us back into the slow lane again. Anyway, we're into an 80 zone now, so let's get as much speed as we can. So this 90 zone only lasts, well, just shy of a mile. It's only going down to 80, so it's not that big a speed reduction. So yeah, our next stop is Weybridge. Next station you can see there is Esher, so we will not be bothering with that one. So I think that was the Hampton Court branch that's just turned off there to the left. So we're now in the 80 zone. It's not affecting us in the slightest. We've only just got to 70. So now entering a 90 zone. Does seem to be constantly alternating between 80 and 90, so we are in the 90 zone now. So yeah, Esher Station, and again it's all very much, yeah, not a hell of a lot there. So you have the race course there. I can't remember which one. Is it Epsom? So we just reached 80 mph and we are now entering an 80 mph zone. Now going back into a 90 zone, which we are now in, so we can start accelerating again. And here comes Hersham, and again, absolutely nothing of any real note on the entire station. Do they not bother with, you know, station buildings anymore? Where's the ticket office and, you know, stuff like that? Right, so Waterloo-on-Thames next stop. No, it's not a stop, it's just a station. We're not stopping there. So yeah, Waterloo-on-Thames, and yet again this. Yeah, really not much there. Now we're approaching an 80 mph section. That's why I had us starting to coast. But Weybridge is the next station, so we'll continue coasting. Alright, let's now, one thing I've also forgotten to do was yeah, open all the windows. I keep forgetting to do that. You can hear the compressors going. I think I've braked a little bit too much there. Let's just get the last car actually onto the platform. There we go. Yeah, that's totally not good enough. Yeah, my braking there. But anyway, here we are at Weybridge. This is where the old Brooklyn circuit was. It's a really good yeah, motor car and aircraft museum at Brooklands. Then just near there you've got the Mercedes-Benz centre. They have, you know, a racetrack, and you can, or at least it certainly was there last time I was in this area. I don't know how much it costs to, you know, hire one of the cars to take round a lap, but yeah, you can go and take a Merc SLS. Yeah, for a few laps around the centre there. I'm sure it'd be great if you could drive, which I can't, so that rules me out. So, waiting for the there you go, yeah, 90 mph max speed. Yeah, it's just waiting for the guard signal, unless it has already been. That's me. Well, let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, so it must have gone. Okay, so our next stop is West Byfleet. That's not the next station, it's Byfleet and something or other is the next station. But I would imagine that West Byfleet will be the one after that. Yeah, here it comes, not even a mile away. Byfleet and New Hall. Yep, West Byfleet, just a mile and a half. That looks like 411 on the other side there. And yeah, once again, Byfleet and Newhall, very typical of your new modern stations. Not sure we even need to release the brakes. So yeah, maybe we do. We are slowing down at a much faster rate than I thought. Yeah, I then put them on a lot harder than was needed. Well, now we might need them. No, still coming in. I still really cannot get the grips with this 411's braking. Right, that seems fine. So, West Byfleet. Does look like it's a nice place actually, West Byfleet, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's quite a snobby place as well. So there's some smoke coming out from around here somewhere. It's like there's a fire. I think I just caught the signal there. So, our next station, our next stop is the final stop. It is Woking, and it's only 2.5 miles away, so I can't imagine there's any other stations between here and there. So yeah, very much onto the last leg of this trip. I'm hoping that's a double yellow aspect up ahead. Yeah, it is. That's alright. Mind you, that does still mean that yeah, this signal here could be showing as red. So I'm going to start braking a bit earlier because I don't really want I mean, I've probably done enough errors on this run anyway. But I don't really want a SPAD error on top of everything else. So yep, single yellow. So this next signal that's coming up is the reason why our ETA is showing that, yeah, this journey would have taken about 12 hours. So what I'm hoping is that as we approach it and everything all starts to spring to life, whatever train is causing this red signal will actually start moving. That's not a good idea. Yeah, it's not going to let us go through. Get a bit closer. Hey, we are practically there. Well, let's take a look and see what the cause is. So I can see a lot of red lights, but I can't see any sort of trains around that would be the cause of it. Largely because there isn't any. Now, one of these lines is supposed to be a terminus. Because it's showing as a terminus on the route display, but I'm not seeing any terminuses anywhere. Except here. So is that where it's going to be sending us? and this thing isn't moving. So it looks like that's what the cause is. This train not going anywhere. Yeah, it looks like it is going to move us onto that section. Can any of these points be changed manually? No. Let's see if it can be done on the map. So, right. So here's us. Yeah. So that's the route it's sending us. And it's going to take us right into, yeah, where this train here is. It's currently on platform 3, and that's where we're supposed to be going. And it's not fucking moving. And I've got no way of being able to alter any of the... Yeah, that's the only one of the points that I can change myself. I can't change any of the others. Bottom line is then I can't finish the route. So, bollocks to it, let's just go on in. So it's now going to trigger the emergency brakes. Or it would have done if this train had any. So, yeah, moves us over these points here. And then it's going to move us on these points. Right to where that, yeah, totally motionless train is. So yeah, it's ended up derailing us as a result. So well, there you go. I mean, it's a ridiculous ending, and it was a really fucking irritating start as well. But yeah, there was nothing I could do. That train was not going anywhere. So there we go. So well, I got 2 speeding errors. I actually thought it was more than that. So the fact there was only 2 errors there. The signal pass of danger I had to do to try and actually get to the platform, but yeah, that wasn't doing anything. yeah, the train that was just sitting there wasn't moving at all. So yeah, there wasn't really much I could do about that. So well, there you go. Totally annoying ending. Far from what anybody would have wanted to see, especially me. But yeah, there wasn't really much else I could do about that. So there we go. That is that video done. So, well, as close to being done as it can be. And we'll see you at the next one.